I woke up 5 minutes ago and the first thing I've seen is this. A new announcement from GGG and what they're working on for Path of Exile 2. What do they say? Many people are reporting that the gameplay is feeling too slow. Not many. All. Sometimes this comes in the form of people saying that a monster's life is too high. It is 10 times higher than it should be. Or player damage is too low. It is, because why having a fun in action RPG when it can be a Souls-like, yeah? Why the fun then? Or areas are taking too long. I'm about to discuss that. In the post, we will talk about some of the things we have already done and more of the changes we're planning on making. Huntress specific concerns. I don't care because your entire game is in shambles. One character won't change anything. So, Huntress might be important to GGG, it ain't important to the majority of players. Yeah, because you got other playable classes. Player, minion damage, and life. What I wanna tell you about their mistake. They're blaming everything on endgame, so we previously significantly reduced the growth of minion life and damage as these gems gain levels. And the intention was to mostly hit the top of the endgame, but it seems that this had an unintended effect on campaign play as well. You don't say. Stop it. Endgame had nothing to do with your calculations for campaign. You wanted to make it slower because you want to make a Souls-like and not an action RPG. Stop it. Monster life is too high. One of the first things we looked at when considering clear speed concerns was the monster life curve. We found that monster life through most of the campaign after Act 1 was probably too high. They're kidding, right? Probably too high. Why don't you just say it that whites feel like yellows, yellows like uber bosses, and uber bosses are goddamn idiotic? We've made an adjustment to lower monster life by 25%. 25% is not enough, 75% is enough. Through most of the campaign, and this change has been deployed already. Yeah, and it changed nothing, and I'll explain why very soon. A second issue we found was that the life bonus on rare minions was incredibly high, you don't say. One of the reasons why this feels particularly bad is because these monsters are still white but had more life than blue. Man, everything is inflated with health and with defenses, but that's not a real problem. You think how the real problem is life of monsters, and it's not. The real problem of this game is how slow the characters you play are compared to your monsters. It's not life that much. Okay, you have like health pools of monsters by 10 times more than they should have, but monsters are moving literally 15 times faster than every playable character in the game. They're swarming on you. They're one-shotting, their damage is out of the charts, even whites can one-shot easily, no matter what you play, and they're way much faster than you. The game is not fun, it's an isometric Souls-like right now, and not an action RPG. Your loot drops are non-existent as well, so we don't have only the problem of health on monsters, that's only one of the problems. You've got 10 freaking problems in the game right now, because your campaign, which I'm gonna talk about a bit later, feels like crap. Speaking about campaign, large area sizes. Many players are reporting that areas feel like they're too large. Normally, when this is the case, the main reason is due to the other concerns, such as monster's life or player damage being incorrect. You're wrong. Or just a lack of entertaining content in the area. Again, you're wrong. However, we're checking to see if there are any outliers that players are spending too long to see if any changes to the area size needs to happen. Again, you're wrong. In the meantime, we did notice that there are some areas that don't have sufficient checkpoints, so we're heading at new checkpoints everywhere. You are wrong on all 4 cases here. Do you want to know the real problem about your large area sizes? It doesn't exist. You don't have a problem with large area sizes. Do you know what's your problem? Your main problem is that everyone needs to play your large area sizes every time when they start a new character. In other words, your problem is your very well done campaign, because once is enough, twice maybe is enough per lifetime, not per season, not per character. Your campaign is very, very good once per lifetime. Per lifetime. Remember that shit. Who on earth wants to play campaign over and over again? Realize that people have jobs, kids, wives, families, pets, children, other things to do in life instead of spending hours and hours to finish your shitty campaign. Or should I say good campaign, but it becomes shitty when you want to play it 15 times. You know, do you really think that someone will spend the time of their life playing the campaign when we all know that we're here for the endgame content? Your roguelite aspect of the endgame content. That's why the players are playing your freaking game. If you did that bullshit in Path of Exile 1 and you made me miss every second season in Path of Exile 1 because I could not play your freaking campaign, I was having like mental breakdowns during campaign. Even though I could finish Path of Exile 1 campaign in 6-7 hours, I skipped most of your seasons because of the stupid campaign. Your problem are not large area sizes or checkpoints or anything that you think is the problem. Your problem is the campaign that no one wants to play. And again, it's a very good campaign for once in everyone's lifetime. That's your problem. The main problem, and of course your slow pace, and of course you want to be an isometric Souls-like instead of action RPG. Those would be your main problems. It's not the overall balance of classes, or why some monsters one-shot, or the health pools. All of that can be done. The main problem right now, the one that you need to resolve or lose the entire player base, I told you what it is. It's the campaign. It's loot drops that are non-existent. Your loot drops should be specific to the class that people are playing. So if I play a fucking warrior, warrior loot should only drop for me and not monk loot or a witch loot. Or you're gonna have 12 playable classes. Loot won't drop on this random system. You're gonna have a lot of playable classes. How and what would be the chance for my class to get the good item while playing? Now, yes, a lot of people will say, hey, there is trading. Trading is fine in the end game. Let people do the shitty campaign fast or just remove the campaign. Do something, man. This is not 2013 anymore, so you force people to play campaign. It's 2025. What are you doing? In the era of TikToks, Instagram, where everyone wants to check the video, you know, for 5 seconds, you want campaign from 60 hours on a full release, and you want to force the players to play that. How many will remain? You're gonna, for first, you are focusing way too much time on console players. They're gonna ditch your game in a month because action RPGs are for mouse and keyboard, and they never gonna see the late game content, end game content with a gamepad. And I love playing with gamepad, but when I play action RPGs, this is what I'm using. They never gonna see it. Even those that see it will ditch it because you're nuts. And you're gonna force them to play your campaign over and over and over again with a bloody gamepad. It's painful for me with mouse and keyboard. It's mentally painful. So it's not that the game pace is slow. The game pace, it can be whatever. You can speed it up. You can even slow it down further. But if it's only once in a lifetime, everyone would swallow it. No one would care. What are you doing right now? You're getting negative reviews left and right from everyone. Absolutely from everyone. For different reasons. But most of the people fail to realize what's your problem. You're forcing the players to play something they don't want to play. We're playing to reach the end game. We don't play for your campaign anymore. If this continues with Path of Exile 2, and if you're really forcing players to go with campaign, I'll play Season 1 on a full release, and I'll never enter the game again. And I'm not the only one, because you will lose like 90%, if not even more, of the entire player base. I would rather play shitty Diablo, the immediate so-called endgame that doesn't exist in a shitty Diablo 4, than I would play your campaign over and over and over again until I go nuts. You got a problem with loot drops, you got a problem that's called campaign, your precious stupid campaign, and you got a problem that you wanna be an isometric Souls-like instead of an action RPG. Those would be the current problems of Path of Exile 2. 3 biggest problems. You got 1000 more, but these 3 are the ones that will keep the players playing, or everyone will ditch the game. Of course, there's gonna be a lot of those maniacs that gonna say now, hey, we are Diablo 2 hardcore fans. I am as well. I got 10,000 hours, so I know how to play campaigns over and over again, but it's enough. Do not be Diablo 2, be Path of Exile. Skip the freaking campaign. I don't care if like 5,000 people come and say now, hey, campaign is cool to have. Maybe for 10,000 people, but for millions it's not. You wanna sell the game, you wanna sell your microtransactions, you wanna do well, skip campaign. That's your real slow-paced problem. I'm very disappointed with where this game is heading. I really hope you're gonna do something to change it, because right now it's not fun, it's brain dead, it's very, very bad. And you live in 2010s instead of nearly 2030s. This has to stop, GGG. Your way of thinking is outdated. And that comes from someone that's been playing video games for 40 years. Not playing, finishing everything. A variety gamer that I am, that played thousands of different games and finished thousands of different games. When I think that it's enough, then it's a big problem, because I can swallow a lot of bullshit. But right now, you're creating a mountain of crap that ain't good. If I don't like it, what will some casual players do that actually have other obligations in life? This is not how you make a video game.